Want to know how to deal with clients who say they can't afford you because between you and I, we both know they can. Keep watching and I'll give you 3 tips to help you deal with this very common objection. I'm about to share something that is going to trigger a major positive mindset shift when it comes to pricing your services and programs. Pricing is a tricky subject because there is so much wrapped into the actual dollar amount that you charge. And it feels awful when you know you can really help someone, but they tell you that you're just too expensive. Then you start to second guess your own self-worth and whether or not you can really help people. Hearing you're too expensive, it doesn't fit into my budget, will happen because not everyone can or should work with you. So let's talk about this major mindset shift and 3 tips so that you can feel really good about what you charge. Okay, what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind, and I know it did for me when I first heard it. If you've ever said, I don't know if people will pay for this, or I don't know if this is too expensive, then turn up your volume and pay attention to what I'm about to say. Ready for it? It's none of your business or your decision whether or not your potential clients can or cannot afford you. Pricing is relative. People buy things they cannot afford all the time. You don't get to decide for your potential client whether they can or cannot afford you. Too many people set prices based on their own bias and decision around whether or not the client can afford their services or the program. That is not a decision that you get to make. Mind-blowing, right? Now, with that being said, you can price your services and programs too high. So here are 3 tips to help you price your service and programs so that you hear, I can't afford it, much less. Tip number 1, make sure that you're pricing for your target market. Know your market and what they commonly pay for competitive services. When I started my group weight loss program, I priced weekly sessions $10 higher a week than Weight Watchers. I validated it because I was a nutritionist and that meant that I was more qualified. You need to know what you're going to be compared to and be able to validate your price choice. Tip number 2, set prices based on your wealth consciousness. This one has a lot more to do with your own self-worth and beliefs around what you deserve than what the client is willing to pay. Basically, you need to be able to confidently ask for the sale out loud without your tone of voice or energy changing. If you're charging above what you feel you deserve, your energy will change and the potential client will feel that. So pick a dollar value you feel super confident about where you are right now. You can always raise your prices later. Tip number 3, focus on the value of the transformation. Clients are not buying PDFs and videos. They are investing in an outcome that will remove pain and discomfort. When you communicate what you do, that needs to be the focus. How will working with you help them move away from pain and towards pleasure? Pricing your work is fluid. It will change as you gain experience and confidence, so please don't overthink it. Pick a price point, maybe a bit lower than you'd like right now so that you can confidently say it out loud, and then when the time is right, raise your prices. Have you ever decided for a potential client that they couldn't afford you before they even gave you an answer? Leave me a comment and share the story with me. I'd love to hear it.